Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel, Quiet Hours. Here we tell soft healing stories that sometimes are 100% true, sometimes 100% fiction, and sometimes a mix of both. But one thing is for sure, we are bringing them to you to guide you through whatever you're going through or teach you. As you can see, it is a faceless channel, so feel free to go about your day as you listen. So the topic for today, as you can see, is the version of me everyone loved except me. Sorry about my I'm kind of nervous actually. So here we are very sincere. It's a safe space, so I am kind of nervous. This is my first time sharing these stories. This is my first video. So back to what we are saying. The version of me everyone loved except me. Most mornings I wake up before my alarm. Not because I am rested, but because my mind is already preparing to be useful. I lie there for a few seconds, staring at the ceiling, rehearsing the day. Who needs me? Who I haven't replied yet? What version of me makes things smoother today? By the time my feet touch the floor, I have already chosen her. The calm one, the one who doesn't ask too much. She is efficient. She is pleasant. People like her. I have been her for so long that sometimes I forget she isn't me. At work, people trust me. They say things like, "You will understand," before I even respond. They add tax to my plate gently, like they are doing me a favor. In my family, I'm the easy one. The child who didn't rebel. The one who adjusted. With friends, I am the listener, the emotional buffer, the one who knows when to change the subject so nobody feels uncomfortable. I learned early that being low maintenance made me lovable. So I became light. I became flexible. I became the version of me that fits everywhere. Everyone loved her. Burnout didn't arrive loudly. It didn't knock. It seeped in. It was a sigh I didn't notice leaving my body. The way I felt irritated by messages that said, "quick question." The exhaustion that didn't go away after sleep. Long hours of sleep. I started to feel like my life was a series of responses. Responding to expectations, responding to needs, responding to how I was supposed to be. There was no emergency. It was just a quiet ache that followed me everywhere. Everywhere. What hurt the most wasn't being needed. It was realizing how easily I disappeared when I stopped performing. The moment I said I was tired, the pause when I didn't have the right words, the subtle shift when I chose honesty over harmony. Well, people didn't get angry per se, they just didn't know what to do with me anymore. And that scared me. Because if love only existed when I was agreeable. What happened when I wasn't? There was a version of me that lived quietly inside. She noticed things. She felt deeply. She had opinions she swallowed. She was often interrupted by the better version, the safer one. I told myself it was maturity, that compromise was growth. But sometimes, late at night, I felt her sadness. It wasn't like she was throwing tantrums, but she was just tired. Just tired. Like someone who had been waiting for a very long time to be chosen. On one of the evenings when I sat, like my normal routine of sitting alone in silence, I had an epiphany. I realized that everyone loved who I was for them, but no one really knew who I was with me. It wasn't because they didn't care, but because I never let them see her. I had been editing myself for comfort, softening my edges, shrinking my needs, and somewhere along the way, I stopped recognizing my own voice. It hit me. I had to change. I really had to change. I didn't announce anything. I just started pausing before responding. I'll let messages sit. Saying I can't today without explaining why. At first it felt so wrong. It felt so wrong. I was so uncomfortable. Like I was doing something so selfish. The guilt, I felt so uncomfortable. But then again, I felt lighter. Not like I was happier, but I was just lighter. Yes. Some people noticed, obviously. They asked if I was okay, if something was wrong. I said I was just resting. That was the truth actually. The discomfort didn't come from the distance. It came from staying present with myself for the first time. From hearing my own thoughts without immediately correcting them. From letting myself be quiet without being useful. I started choosing myself in small ways. I left earlier. I said no more often. And I stopped feeling silence. I stopped feeling spaces. I allowed things to be. The version of me everyone loved began to fade. And with her went some attention, some approval, some closeness. But what remained was real. There is a version of me now that fewer people know. She's not always accommodating. She doesn't rush to fix things. She rests without apology. She's not impressive. Trust me, she is not impressive. But she is honest. And for the first time, I am living as someone I don't need to escape from. I finally stopped being who everyone loved and stayed with who I was. I don't know who is listening, but if you're going through this topic, if you're someone that has shrunk themselves so much into the version of them everyone loves except you, let this be a mini guide to taking that first step. Trust me, I've actually been in this situation. This is not my story. I've been in this situation, and I really hope that you break that cycle. Yes, break it. And just live. Stop existing and just live your life, and then see how much happier you'll be. Thank you so much for your time. My name is my name, and like I said earlier, the stories are here to help guide you through whatever you might be going through, or just be a way for you to learn, not just for yourself but for people around you. So see you next time, guys, and have a very pleasant day wherever you are. Bye.